Right. Let's have a look at this FG Marder, but before we do that, I've got parts as well for it, so we'll have a look at them and we'll put them all on and stuff. I'm not going to do major stuff to it, but we'll go through it, a few bits, just have a little bit of a maintenance session. But before I do that, I've got myself a tuna sandwich here, because it ain't quite lunchtime yet, but I'm a bit peckish, and I thought to myself, I can't think and concentrate if I haven't got any food in the brain. So I'm going to get this down the neck, and then we'll be on to the Marder. Catch you in a minute. Right, now I'm all fished up. That was lovely, that was. Let's get this plate and this cup out of the way. And then we'll have a look at this Marder. It is a bit dirty, but I'm in two minds whether I want to actually clean the shell or not, because I like it. I like it looking dirty. I think it looks mean, do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'll go out and I'm actually used, you know what I mean? But maybe I'm just a cock. I think that's probably the case. Yeah. Orinoco, you are a cock. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll accept that. I can't not. Right. So, what is wrong with this Marder? Absolutely nothing. So we'll just go over it. We'll check all the nuts and bolts, the screws, anything that could be about to go wrong, and then we'll fit the parts. The battery. What's the battery like? Hello, battery. The battery is... It's not a LiPo, it's a Li-Fi, and it is it a 2-cell? It's a 2-cell. 67%. You can't see a bloody thing. Again. You're over there. Again. Why? What's the point in coming here if you're too far away to see anything? You're one of these people... I bet you, if you ever go to the cinema or to the theatre, I bet you sit right at the back, don't you? Right at the very back. And you're sitting there going, I can't see. John, I can't see anything, John. That's too far away, John. What are they doing, John? You're that type of person. Either that, the other ones amongst you, I bet you, there's some amongst you that normally sit right at the very front. So you're sitting there like that. And then you complain at the end of it that you got a crook neck. I guarantee there's some of you. I guarantee it. Well, anyway, 67% on the battery. So what we'll probably do is absolutely nothing but that. That's more than adequate. I've got a spare one here. This one was given to me by a good channel member, Mr. Russell, and the terminals on the end were the wrong way round for some reason. It was a new battery, but it must have been for a different type of charger or something. So I just popped that one out and put it in this way. And we got ourselves a 6-volt nickel metal hydride battery there. And it's a good battery. So I've got a spare one. And what I do want to do in the next time I get the opportunity to buy it, I should have bought one when I bought the parts I've got here now, but I was a bit strapped for cash with it. I was like, I've got to get just the immediate parts. So I want to get another one of these long stick things what the battery goes on, and then I haven't got to undo the cable ties every time. Or I could use reusable cable ties, but it's easy if I just have another long stick thing, and then I can just have this battery on it, and then I can alternate the batteries. So I think I might do that at some point. Next time I buy some FG parts, I'll get one of them stick things. So let's check all the nuts and bolts. Let's check all the screws. Let's get a screwdriver. I mean, oh, that was loose. Well, that's not good, is it? Oh, blimey. Oh, blimey, O'Reilly. I need to get one of those. Well, I have got one. I've got a whole toolbox full of long screwdrivers. I'm going to go and get them. Righto there, righto. Old Johnny Boy says, how's it going? It's up to you if you want to reply. Now I've got my long screwdriver. Interesting story. I originally bought these long screwdrivers because I had a Land Rover Discovery, and there was some, I can't remember what exactly I was doing now, but I had to repair something, and there was some bits I couldn't get to the bloody screws, so I ended up buying these long screwdrivers, and they come in pretty handy. Do you know what I mean? They are good. Let's just make sure everything is, well, ignore them because I've done them the other day. Let's make sure all the screws All nuts and bolts are tight. Now this one, I don't actually know the age of this particular Marder. I know that it was either changed and upgraded, or it's a newer model, because the older original ones, which I really want one, if I ever see one come up for sale, I think I may be extremely tempted to invest in an original Marder, because they had, well, there was some diff change. The diff was different. The diff housing was plastic. I'm not sure if the actual gears themselves were plastic, but the housing was plastic, and there was a lot of different things. The throttle and the brakes were actually operated with cables, believe it or not. So you had your servo, I think it was in roughly the same place, but it had like little holders and that for cables, and when it moved, it actually pulled on cables. Whereas the newer one, I say newer, I mean, I think the modern day one, the one that you can buy right now, brand spanking new, because they still sell these after more than 30 years, it's a rod, and this one is rod as well. Rod for the throttle and rod for the brakes. But I don't know. This, for all I know, this could have been upgraded. This could have been changed to rod. It could be an old one. I don't know. I don't know how you actually tell the difference. I mean, if you was to get an old one and put newer parts on it, how would you tell the difference? How would you know that it is an old one with some new parts on it to make it look new if someone's upgraded it? I don't know. There'll be someone out there that knows how to tell the difference. So if you do know, please tell me. I think the engine was different as well, but I don't know what the differences are with the engines. So yeah, so that is that crack with that. Oh blimey, these are all loose. That can't be good. Really, I should get some thread lock and thread lock them in. But can you guess? I'm not gonna. Let's have a look underneath. Make sure you let me know if you've got a Marder. What do you think about it? If you've got a Marder, what do you think about it? Do you think that they're good? Do you think that they're alright? Do you think they're bad? I mean, to be fair, I think these are the bloody nuts. I've never had a HPI Badger. I've never had, you know, anything like that. Those types of things don't really tickle me, but there's something about Marders that always tickled me, and I always wanted one ever since I first came across them when I was a lot younger. And I see them and I thought, these things, they look the nuts. I really want one of them, because they're so basic and they're so simple. That's what makes them good. Right, there are some more things that I probably should check on this, because I never do check anything, but we'll leave it there. I've checked all the important ones, I think. All the engine bolts are in, all the axles, everything like that. The diff on this one is an aluminium diff. It's got an aluminium diff case. It's a bit dirty. I think it's definitely had some stuff wrapped around it in its time, like some rope or string or grass or something's been wrapped around it. But anyway, that's enough of that. Right, let's have a look at the parts. What we've got. We've got FG air filter, because the last one, the one that was on this, I temporarily mended it. Someone jammed one of these on it, and one of you lot in the comments on that other video called it a K&N. If this is a K&N, then I am a guinea pig, because this is not a K&N air filter. This is a Chinese rubbish, cheap knockoff copy of a K&N air filter. A proper K&N air filter filters the air. This doesn't filter a bloody dicky bird. Yeah, it has got material in amongst the mesh, but it isn't any good, I can tell you that. And thank goodness I didn't really run it in very much dust. This fell off, that come off of there, the glue was not, I've super glued it on since, so I can't show you, but it all fell apart when I was running it a few weeks ago. So, I've invested. We now have a proper FG filter. And I am actually bloody excited about this. I'm so excited, I can't contain myself. It is so difficult for me to contain myself. That's a part of it, look. Oh, we get an FG Jubilee clip. Do you know what? I really wish this is the end of it. I really wish it had FG stamped on there, because they stamp FG on these side panels, they stamp it on the radio cover, they stamp it on that stick thing that you cable tie your battery to. Why can't they stamp FG on there? So if you're watching this, FG, please do that, because that would be really nice. Oh yes, smells like a new settee. Ah, it's beautiful. See, look, this is a proper filter. This is a properly designed filter. Roven need to take note of how this is done, because they can't make an air filter. I've had all of the Roven filters, the upgraded one, the standard one, and the heavy duty high performance one. They all let dirt through. None of them filter the bloody air. And it's pretty ridiculous, because they got gaps. Right, we're going to need to oil this. I love the smell of a new piece of foam. When you get a book, do you sniff it? When you get a new settee, could you keep sniffing it? When you get, like, even new clothes really, but I can't stop sniffing books. I love the smell of books. Right, let me get some air filter oil, gloves, and a little tub to oil this filter in, and then we'll stick it on. Right, we're coming across. There you are. How's it going? All right. We're coming across a bit of a problem here. Now I'll show you in a minute. But because the moron, where's the other end of it? Oh, there it is. The moron who put this on my FG, on my Marder, before I acquired it, I don't think it was the bloke that I bought it from. If it was, I'm sorry, but you made well, you cocked up. In my opinion anyway. But I don't think it was. I think it was the person he got it from who put this on it. So, this has a lot smaller diameter on it than this one. So this slots on, they put a new, everyone calls their little things different things. Is it technically a Venturi? I don't know what the bloody hell it is. Everyone calls it different things. On RC models they call it a velocity stack. I don't know. I can't find the original FG one at the moment. There must be a place where you can buy an FG one. I've contacted a few shops and I'm waiting for them to get back to me. But I've been trying to make this one work. So it's the wrong size. So this does not fit on the carburetor because it's been modified. Well, it hasn't been modified. Someone's just put a different one on it. This, you can call it whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to give it a name because everyone calls them different things. But this here should be a bigger one. But someone's put this on because it would have came with this filter when they bought this filter. So that just slots on there and the Jubilee clip holds it on. But our new genuine FG one don't fit. It's a lot bigger. So I've been scouring, I've been surfing some net, you know, trying to see if I can find one. Can't find the right jam sandwich to fit on there. I will find one. They will be out there to buy, but my brief search in the old web net cobweb hasn't worked. So I've been trying to find, I've got a bit of silicone pipe in here. Thought maybe that might better work. It's come off an old intercooler on one of my old cars. Bit of intercooler pipe in here, a bit of a 90 degree. That's too fat, that ain't gonna work. I tried playing around with this, ripping this old one apart, seeing if I can fashion up some kind of adapter, because that goes on the thing which is on the carb now. And I thought to myself, well, I wonder, but even that's still far too small to go in there. And this is plastic, so I won't be able to Jubilee this down onto that. Not that much of a gap. Look, there's too much of a gap there to be able to Jubilee that down. They give you 4 screws to screw it on. So, I'm playing around trying to come up with some kind of, you know, wizardry. But the trouble is, I've got nothing here at the moment. Nothing is here. So, it's literally trying to work with thin air at the moment. Because I wanted to get this fitted today, because I've got a little bit of spare time again today. Not a lot, but I've got a little bit, and I wanted to go and run that Marder with the new filter. Just for fun, you know, just for fun. But it looks like it ain't gonna work out. But I'm still gonna have a rummage around, see if I can find a bit of pipe. Because if I can find a bit of this silicone pipe, which is a better size, I may be able to get this, a bit of this, to slip over that jam sandwich. Stick a bit of marmalade around it, maybe a bit of Marmite, put this on the other end of it, Jubilee clip it on, seal it up with peanut butter, and it might work. But we'll find out in a minute. Right, let's see. So this is what I've come up with so far. This is my old, I'll tell you what, this was bloody good tube. I never had any of this blow out. What was I running? What PSI was I running? I was running a bloody lot. What was I running? Don't know, it's gone at me. It was like 30 odd PSI I was running on that Focus. That was a Mark 1 RS I had this on. It was a lot. And I never had any of this pipe below. Anyway, that's regardless. So, I managed to chop through this. And what I've done is I've got myself a little ring of it like that, and I've cut it like that, right? So now, this goes in there like that. And it's important that it does overlap to make it the right size, because otherwise it won't be big enough and it won't grip. So I've had to do it like that. Any more than that, it won't work. So that goes on there like that. And that's just the right size, see? Now this does go over that carburetor like that. So if I put a Jubilee clip around there, it should clamp it down and it should stay on there, and it should be good enough for now. And I'll probably never get the proper fitment for it. So let's get the Marder up on the table, and then we can see if that's going to work. And if that is going to work, then I can oil the filter, oil the foam, and we can actually get it fitted. And maybe even go and take it for a little bit of a test drive. I'm excited. Right. So, here we go. You want a zoomage? I'll zoomage you. There we go. There we go. Zoomage. Hopefully you can still see every single thing which is going on. That's not the bit I want. Where's the bit I want? No! There it is. But we need the genuine FG Jubilee clip. And we'll use our extra long screwdriver to screw that in a little bit. So that goes around there. Right. Now this will fit on there. It will, because I've just had it on there. So I know that it does fit. But it doesn't be on there yet, does it? I had it on there a second ago to test fit it. There we go. Right. That's on there. It doesn't look particularly good, but I think it will stay on there. Particularly if I do this Jubilee clip up nice and tight. I might have to get a spanner on it with a socket, or a ratchet with a socket, just to do it up nice and tight. A lot of the time you can't get screwdrivers to go tight enough. because they slip. Oh, nah, bloody hell, man. Right, where's my sockets? One thing that I don't want to do, I don't want to break me genuine FG Jubilee clip. So I've got to be careful. What are they? They're normally a 6. Are they 6 or a 7? Sometimes they're an 8. Sometimes they're an 8. This particular one looks like it's probably a 7. Right, come on, nice and tight. You can do it, you can do it, come on. Oh, what's it? It's not very good, man. Don't know if you can see anything. It's not. It is on there. I don't think it's going to come off. I don't think it's going to have a particularly good seal around the back of it. So what I might do, the other idea I had, but I haven't got enough tape. The other idea that I had, and I've done this before, duct tape. Wrap duct tape round and round and round the silver thing, keep wrapping it round and it makes it thicker. And then that way you get a really good seal all around it because it's constant. I haven't got enough duct tape. In fact, I haven't got any duct tape. I haven't got any tape even. I mean, I've got some clear see-through tape for packing. I could use that, I suppose. I've got this, like foam. I suppose I could use that actually. That might be alright, mightn't it? That might work. That might work better than that actually. Then again, it is quite squishy. Alright. Leave it with me. Leave it with me a minute. Well, more than a minute. I'm just looking around. I've got nothing here. Nothing. There's a dead mouse out there on the grass. Perhaps I should go and pick that up and try and stuff that round there. Wrap that round there. Maybe that'd work. Alright. Let me have a bit of a brainwave. I mean, I've got plenty of ideas of what I've done in the past, how to remedy this, you know, to pack things out, but this is a bit different. It's unique because this is plastic. It doesn't actually do anything. Like, it's not very pliable. Right, back in a jiffy. Right, a little bit of chopping up later on. I've had to use my packing tape, but what I've come up with, temporary, definitely permanent, is the inside of here. I've got my bit of silicone pipe. Cut it now so that it's, I cut it a bit too short, but we'll just ignore that. So that is in there as well, and then I've just wrapped. I was trying to do it all nice and neatly, but that soon went out the window. I'll have you know, that soon went out the window. But anyway, there we go. That's now got tape all around it. So that, imagine this is on the carb now. That then goes on there, like that. Jubilee clip on there. That tightens up, and it's all on there. And that will more than do the job for now, permanently, forever. So, right, let's get it fitted. Okay then, so we're back to where we started off. This is back on here. You can't, I don't know why I'm even, you can't see anything, can you? No, because that's in the way. Oh well, we have to make do. So, that slips over there. Lovely. Like that. That goes on as far as it can go. And then we get our Jubilee clip. And that goes on there. And then we do it with a socket because it's better. That's a 7. That's what we want. It doesn't look very good, but It doesn't matter what it looks like, as long as it does the job. Why isn't that staying on there very well? I don't know if this will do the job. No, it's not. It's not going to work as well as I thought it was going to. Ah. I wonder. I wonder. I wonder. I wonder. Right, so what I've done, in fact, why don't I just show you that? Sorry, I'm grabbing you by the neck there. Let me just hoik you over here. So what I've done, got the super glue out. I made a thicker, because originally the one I made was a lot thinner, wasn't it? It fitted in that little holder nicely, but I've made a thicker one, and so I've got more area to glue, and I've super glued that to my tape, and then I've put that on there and I've jubileed it up nice and tight just so the glue can set. So I haven't actually glued the plastic holder to anything because I don't want to do that, but I've glued a bit of pipe to the tape, and obviously the tape is stuck to the bit of metal, so that should hopefully set, and that should make it more than sturdy enough to be there probably forever, because I probably won't ever get the correct fitting for it. So yeah, so let's carry on now. Sniff. Smells good, doesn't it? Let's oil this up, then we can jam that on there, and then we can jam the end on, and yeah, be happy. Exciting. Righty tighty then. Let's oily. Oh, they've all gone and fallen over there, John. You got, that's air filter oil. That's air filter oil. What's that? That's after run oil. That's air filter oil. That's also air filter oil. What should we go for? I think we'll go for the blue Fast Tracks air filter oil. We've also got a little jar of pre-filter treatment. 1 fluid ounce. $2.50. Got some of this stuff. I think it's quite old. I think it was Crazy Dad Nitro sent me that because it's in dollars. So it would have come from America. Anyway, we're going to use the Fast Track stuff. Get oil everywhere. This is my little tin. Look, my little tin of what I used to. I'll zoom you in because otherwise you're just going to get bored. Probably bored already. I'm surprised you're still watching. Why are you still watching? I don't know. I mean, you tell me. But then now, get my gloves on. Because I haven't got any sink. I've got no way of washing my hands. So I'll put gloves on so that I don't get it everywhere. Right, we'll give it a good old oil, stick it in the thing. Don't know if I'm going to have enough time now to go and give it a run. Probably not, John. Who the hell is John? I wish you'd tell me every time, every bloody time. John this, John that, John this. I don't know who he is. It smells funny. Here we go. We'll give it a good dousing. I know some of you have mentioned get the spray stuff. I think I've got a tin of spray oil for a K&N filter that I had. I think I have got a tin of it. Don't know where it is, but I do remember seeing it at some point. This is proper sticky stuff, this fast track stuff. Proper sticky stuff. Sometimes it's good to oil the inside of the filter as well as the outside, but notice on these ones there isn't like a pre-filter, there isn't like an outside and an inner, an outer filter and an inner filter. It's just one foam, because that's what they like on these engines. If you've got a good piece of foam, you don't need you know, inners and outers and that. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Nice bit of oiling. There's nothing more satisfying than a well-oiled filter. There we go. Smells tremendous now. It's like a mixture of new foam and oil. What more could you ask for? Yeah. Stuff that on there while I've still got my oily gloves on. And then we'll, let me just go and get rid of these. And then we'll, perhaps I can put them in there. Look. And that's it. It's like I'm scared of it, isn't it? It's like I'm scared of it. What are you scared of it for? I don't know. I don't know, John. John. Right. Give that a bit of a clean up. Put it back in my shoebox. Put my shoebox back over here. Ay, 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 ay. What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah. Get rid of that brake cleaner now. We don't need that anymore. Don't need them anymore either. Right. So, now what we've got to do, jam the back of it on. Like that. Get one of these screws. They give you 5 wood screws to screw on the filter housing and the end of the filter. So we'll use one of them. We haven't used the other 4 yet, obviously. So we'll use one of these, screw that in there. That's on there nice and good. Very, very goodly. Nice. Job well done. Right, it's all buttoned back up again now. It's not the best. I might get a Jubilee clip and put it around there as well so it holds this on there a bit better. It's not cut the best, is it? But it's on there and it looks alright. So, I've run out of time now for today though. I did want to quickly shove it in the car and go down a field and have a run of it, but I've run out of time for today. I've got other stuff to be doing. So, there we go. Probably a bit of a long video anyway in the end. I don't know how long it ended up being. But thanks for watching, you lot. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to have a look around. I will have a look for the proper thing to fit it on. But it ain't going to be my priority, I'll tell you that now. So, it's on there. I think it'll work. Once that super glue has dried properly, I will put another Jubilee clip around it. I've got one hanging around here somewhere. The one that I took off the other. There it is. There's it. One I took off the other filter. That'll go on there, I reckon. Just to hold that piece of silicone pipe on there properly. And yeah, catch you on the next one. Take care, you lot. All the best.